good day to everyone. I'm Vala, and today we're going to have a look at some weird history. Before hypnotism, before mesmerism, was animal magnetism. But first, who remembers seeing these ads? How to hypnotize, send no money, it says. Includes 24 revealing pictures. Even more temptation. But like other ads of this type, a kid's dreams of getting a book like this for free don't get past the order coupon. It only works if you promise to pay the postman $1.98 plus postage plus shipping when the book is delivered. Or you could pay the $1.98 up front and avoid paying the extra 10 cents back then for shipping and postage. Probably no one decided to try getting their money back because they'd have to pay another 10 cents for return postage and shipping and have to hope that the book didn't get lost in the mail. For this ad, for X-ray specs, another ad aimed at boys. I didn't send for this gimmick because I figured I already knew what was underneath a woman's dress. I did order the 3D glasses though. This exploration is only about the humorous side of mesmerism, because experiments with mesmerism, originally named animal magnetism, were later used not only for medical research but entertainment and exploitation as well. This is all about the entertainment factor and how it went viral in Europe, all over the Commonwealth and the United States. And because I know how much we all like visuals, this video is almost all images. First, some background. It all started innocently enough. In 1766, Dr. Anton Mesmer in Vienna published a thesis based on the earlier research of a British physician named Richard Mead. Dr. Mesmer expanded Mead's theories to include the influence of the planets on the human body and how they reacted to bodily fluids. He called it animal magnetism. He believed that the entire universe and everything in it contained invisible magnetized fluids that interacted with each other. In persons and animals, the magnetism was in the blood and other body fluids. I won't go into detail because you know what all those other body fluids are. He also believed that the magnetized fluids attracted and or repelled other bodies and could be influenced by certain forms of suggestion. This led to three scenarios. One, Dr. Mesmer's theory of universal magnetized fluids was debunked in Paris in 1784 by a panel of physicians and scientists. Two, entertainers who genuinely had a gift for mesmerism saw their bookings take off into the stratosphere. And three, the idea of control over a subject or subjects excited the imaginations of hustlers and quacks and emptied many pocketbooks and wallets. Unfortunately, the medical panel only examined and debunked the magnetic fluids theory, and they didn't pay any attention to the fact that mesmerism actually had benefits. Psychological, physical, and it was sometimes being used as a form of anesthetic for surgery. By 1788, Dr. Mesmer was an outcast in the scientific field. He moved back to Switzerland and practiced medicine there until his death in 1815 in Meersburg, Germany. Fortunately, scientific exploration continued, but that's not what we're here for today. Entertainment sells. Like hypnotism today, curious audiences not only went to the shows, they willingly participated and then held parties where animal magnetism was demonstrated. What fun! And when it came to performances, some women made a career out of mesmerism. Like Miss Annie de Montford, billed as the psychological star. Her performances attracted huge crowds in the United States and Europe. There is a link to a reenactment of one of her performances below in the description. Traveling shows were big moneymakers. One type in particular, whose subject person varied from place to place, was called Man in a Trance. The subject was always a gentleman with an impeccable reputation, or so the ads claim. This playbill for the Wonderland tour explains the act. The subject is hypnotized and awakened multiple times over a period of days, having apparently been traveling in a state of hypnosis. Each performance, he is brought in a state of trance in a casket, having arrived by train at a specified time with the mesmerist. The arrivals and departures are always witnessed by a number of physicians, the press, and prominent people. The mesmerist proceeds to demonstrate the depth of the trance for the enthralled audience. Then the subject is awakened. At the end of the performance, he is put back into a trance state until the next evening. On the next night's performance, the show is repeated, the subject is again awakened, mesmerized, put back in the coffin, and the departure is witnessed again by numerous people, and off they go to the next show. Mesmerism even made it into the movies. Vampires who hypnotize their potential victims before doing the deed are still popular. The first vampire picture, released in 1922, was Nosferatu. Then in 1927, Lon Chaney in London After Midnight. They were the first of a string of evil vampire and hypnotist movies that still pretty much guarantee cash to the studio. On TV, in the 1950s and 60s, The Twilight Zone made use of this element. Eventually, mesmerism came to be known as hypnosis. These shows are still popular today, but now are usually performed in smaller venues. The ads from the 1950s and 60s are memorable. This ad for the television repairman's accidental discovery, how to hypnotize with any TV set the first evening you try it or your money refunded, seems a little dodgy. And then we have things like hypno glasses and hypno coins. Remember those? They were in the same league as the X-ray specs, all promising secret superiority. Even now, you'll see the occasional 10-second games that tempt with the hypnotic spiral. It's kind of stomach-turning for me. I hope you've enjoyed this little combo of true history and true nonsense. Please let me know by giving this video a like and subscribe for more weird history and odd news. Thank you.